Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Trace Hebert and I serve as the Director of Lipscomb University's Doctor of Education program. Pursuing and attaining a Doctor of Education degree is an objective of many educators in both the K-12 and higher education sectors who wish to impact the field of education in order to make a difference for students. I applaud you for your interest in such a pursuit. On behalf of all the doctoral faculty, we thank you for considering Lipscomb in your search for a Doctor of Education program that is right for you. Choosing a doctoral program that meets your personal and professional goals is a big decision with many factors to be considered. So allow me to share information about our program to help you make an informed decision. A few things I will highlight are our conceptual framework, delivery models, and the collaborative nature of the program. All of these aspects create a supportive environment that has resulted in over 90% of doctoral students who begin our program completing and graduating from it. First, let me very briefly introduce you to Lipscomb University, which is located on a beautiful campus in Nashville, Tennessee, a dynamic, fast-growing community with tremendous educational and economic opportunities. Lipscomb University was first established in 1891 as a private, Christian, liberal arts institution committed to developing students for a life of faith, effective service, and citizenship. The Doctor of Education in Learning Organizations and Strategic Change started at Lipscomb in the fall of 2010. Since then, hundreds of doctoral students have benefited from learning from doctoral faculty within a highly respected college of education that receives high rankings in national and state assessments and that is heavily engaged in the education community across the state of Tennessee and beyond. The Doctor of Education is a 54 credit hour program that can be pursued both on campus or through our online program, which makes it accessible wherever you might live geographically. The Doctor of Education program at Lipscomb is an accelerated program with coursework that can be completed in either 2 or 3 years, depending upon the delivery model you choose to enroll in, and with dissertation research that is embedded with the research coursework along the way. The program is organized around the conceptual framework we call LEADERS, and affirms that leadership is about much more than preparing yourself to be an effective educator, but it also includes the scope of vision, knowledge, and skills needed to help others navigate the challenges in education that they face on a daily basis. The framework includes curriculum that addresses educational leadership, education theory and practice, attitudes and values, diversity and global perspectives, essential knowledge and skills, research, and strategic change. Each part of this framework is important, but one especially important part that I'd like to highlight for you is the focus on diversity and global perspectives. We know that to be effective educators, we must meet the needs of increasingly diverse students. We do this by understanding the challenges that these students face that contribute to achievement gaps and by learning strategies to help close those gaps that we know exist at all levels of education. We also firmly believe that a doctorate degree should challenge students to expand their scope of vision beyond their local context to see what's happening in education on a global scale. Our comparative and international education curriculum includes a 10-day international experience to Europe, where we visit with educators and district leaders and departments of education and universities and international organizations such as UNESCO and the OECD. Our students are provided the unique opportunity to listen to educators in both K-12 and higher education sectors and talk with them about the educational challenges facing their communities. This is an opportunity to interact with global education leaders and discuss the research and initiatives they are engaged in. Our destinations typically include cities such as London, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Paris, and Munich, among others. The trip is a required component of our program unless there's an exigent circumstance preventing travel, in which case I'll grant permission for you to enroll in a non-travel section of the course. But I'm hoping you are excited about the opportunity and are able to fully participate. Our program is offered using 2 different delivery models that include the same curriculum, requirements, and standards. Virtually all of our students are full-time educators, so we take care to organize our coursework so that it is manageable and doable. The on-campus delivery model is designed to be 2 years of coursework with 2 8-week terms each semester. Coursework for the on-campus delivery model is delivered in one of 3 ways: as 1 night per week for 8 weeks, or 3 Saturday sessions across the 8 weeks, or as online hybrid courses that are both asynchronous and synchronous, with some sessions held as interactive video conferencing sessions. The online delivery model is 3 years of coursework with 2 courses per semester in a semester-long format. Online students are asked to come to campus twice during the program for what we call intensives with cohort mates and faculty. The first 3-day intensive is at the very beginning of the program. The second intensive is 2 days, and it is at the beginning of the 6th semester prior to the start of the quantitative research course. You'll understand why that intensive is important going forward. There's a third intensive that is delivered online over a few days via a series of interactive video conferencing sessions. Regardless of which delivery model you choose, you will receive a comprehensive calendar showing every course and session that you will attend throughout the duration of the program. Before the program starts, we'll ask you to lay it all into your personal calendar for the next 2 or 3 years and to guard those dates appropriately. The doctoral program at Lipscomb is built around a collaborative cohort model. Throughout your doctoral journey, you will build relationships and work closely with fellow cohort mates with similar objectives to your own. For many, those relationships turn into lifelong networking opportunities. This collaborative cohort experience extends into dissertation research, where students work as part of a research team of 2 or 3 students to investigate and answer real-world education research questions with real educational organizations. Our process includes students engaging in a rather elaborate ranking and matching process to pre-approved clients and research needs. A wide array of educational organizations at both the K-12 and higher education levels have proposed research needs that our doctoral students have served. In most cases, when students conduct the oral defense of their research, an education client is present who's eager to hear the research findings and research-based recommendations for their organization. These real-world clients receive a full-length dissertation manuscript that is also published and globally accessible through ProQuest. Now, we believe that Lipscomb's program model, including the collaborative cohorts and research projects, contributes to the high completion rate of our doctoral students. Since the program began in the fall of 2010, over 90% of all candidates who have started their doctoral journey have successfully completed the program. Research shows that nationally, only 50% of doctoral students complete their degree, so we are very proud of the success of our students. Although all of our coursework is applicable to any education arena, we have embedded within our program 2 tracks for either the K-12 arena or the higher education arena. For those interested in teaching or leading in higher education, there's an optional higher education cognate available. This involves select courses with separate sections that can be taken, which focus the curriculum on the higher education sector. Earning the cognate doesn't involve any extra coursework. Instead, it only determines which sections of courses you take. There's another option available for experienced K-12 teachers who wish to receive administrative licensure. Many of the requirements for administrative licensure are fulfilled by the curriculum in the EDD program. By taking 2 additional courses, submitting a portfolio, and passing a state praxis exam, you can receive administrative licensure in the state of Tennessee. Prerequisites to this program option are 2 or more years of teaching experience and a master's or education specialist degree. More information will be provided to those who are interested in administrative licensure. As you apply to the program, you should be aware that we have a competitive review process, and that means we typically have fewer seats than we have applicants. Therefore, you want to pay close attention to each part of your application file because each part will be scored. There are no minimum cutoff scores on any particular part of your application file. However, we look at your entire application holistically in making our decisions for admission. It's been a pleasure to share these highlights of the Doctor of Education at Lipscomb University. I hope this provides you with the information that you need to determine that our program is right for you and that it will help you reach your personal and professional goals for your career in education. You can learn more about Lipscomb's College of Education and the Doctor of Education program and start your enrollment application at the website shown on your screen. On behalf of all the Lipscomb doctoral faculty, it would be an honor and privilege to work with you. God bless you on your journey.